Hello, everybody. Here we're in week 10, and we are doing a screencast for a close reading. And what I have this week um, is I was going to do a lesson, and it makes it a little difficult because Buff State no longer wants us to use Google, and of course everything's done through Google. So I have to keep going back and forth between my two emails. I'm sorry. Um, but basically, what I chose to do was I grabbed this piece of text through Daigo and I saved it. And what I thought I would do is not actually tell anybody where this is from, but I found this transcript and um, putting it up on, here we go. So I put it up on Padlet, and it would look like this. And I pinned this text. Now, I did give the context clue of the presidential podium there. And I put up a small quote. And what I thought for my lesson plan was I would give the students about 2 minutes to read this. I had my 14-year-olds read it. They both read it in under a minute. So I figured 2 minutes would be great. This would probably be more for like 11th grade civics course. But I thought it would be, it's a powerful speech where it came from. And I thought that what I would have them do is read this for about 2 minutes. Then I would have them break down the text to do the close reading. I would like them in Padlet here to pick a phrase or sentence and their thoughts on that phrase or sentence. Just give them like a few minutes to do that, maybe 5 minutes or so. Another thing that my kids had shown me, which I think you'd like too, is this website called Think Tech. So I created a lesson here, close reading. And what they would do is right up here at the top of the screen, it says you go to join.gothinktech.com. You use this code MIND33. And then they could log in here. And it actually records how long the students are on there. So it gives you a lot more feedback. And then they can write their responses on here. And all the kids' responses will show up on the right-hand side of the page. You can either have it hide their names so that they can't see each other's names, but they'll see each other's thoughts, whatever they type, but their names won't show up. So you can actually hide their names from each other in case you have any kids that are like shy or whatever, or worried about what other kids are going to say. Hopefully not by 11th grade, but you never know. So you could do that. So I thought this website was pretty cool to use, especially for this project. So we would do a close reading here and have them pick out a sentence or phrase. And as I said, I wouldn't really tell them where it came from at first. So I'd let them pick a phrase, and I'd let them pick a phrase or sentence and their thoughts on why they would pick that. And then I thought we would, after they had all completed the assignment and all put up their whatever their thought was from whatever phrase or sentence they picked out, then we would have a guided discussion where we would ask and talk about like the main idea of the entire text, who they think it could possibly be, when they think it could possibly be. Because really, when you read just the end of the speech, the last 3 paragraphs there, you could really apply that. It could have applied to many different times in history. And then we would talk about why he chose these words and summarize what it's about. Now, this is actually a text from one of JFK's speeches during the Cuban Missile Crisis, right at the beginning. So it's a strong speech. We could also watch the video because there is the video of it on YouTube. So we could watch that after we had their thoughts. And then you could really make this into a bigger project, especially for writing, if we want to do a lot of literacy projects lately for social studies. And I think that this would be a really good one, like not telling them in advance who it is, and then afterwards saying, okay, this is JFK, this is during Cuban Missile Crisis. So after you know what that is, how does that change your opinion of what you just read? So I think that that would be good. I would also, I think for this project, I'm old school, so I think I would give them an old school like handout of this so they could annotate it by hand. Give them room in the right and left columns and some highlighters to do that, and then maybe have them pick a key theme, or see if they comprehend what the message is, and maybe why some of these specific words were used in his speech, because JFK really had some really cool speeches that were very powerful. So I thought that that would be a really nice thing to do there for a close reading project. I think that that would work well with the classroom setting. And it would utilize, obviously, there are a couple different tools. You can access the ThinkTech or Padlet either on your phone or an iPad or any kind of PC or anything like that. So I think it would be a good, solid